This is the mask of the god Rocky from the classic movies. This guy said he could have superpowers just by wearing it, but the result. This guy's name is Stanley, working at a single bank for many years. Colleagues decided to take him out to relax tonight. Simultaneously, a beautiful girl came in, sitting directly across from Stanley, which made Stanley feel excited. That girl, for some unknown reason, began to seduce him. He thought spring was coming, but actually in her bag, there is a camera recording everything in the bank, and over here is her boyfriend Dorian. He stared at the screen, and asked his subordinates to investigate this point a bit. In the evening, Stanley went to the auto repair shop to pick up his car. The mechanic asked for an extra fee to fix it. Stanley is now bewildered, saying that he just came to change some parts. The owner of the car repair shop said that he was lucky, they would help him find the problem. He didn't know what to say, he could only pay the fee. Then, he went to Charlie. Charlie also introduced him to some beauties, then went straight to the nightclub. But Stanley was stopped. He was grabbed and thrown out. Stanley was so unlucky. He was about to brush off all the dust on his body when another car splashed water on him. But actually in her bag, there is a camera. At this time, Tina also saw him. Stanley was about to come over to say hello when suddenly the staff drove his wrecked car over. He felt embarrassed in front of the beauty, seriously criticized the staff, then drove away. But as soon as he got on the bridge, the car had a problem. He immediately vented his anger on the car, just kicked a car that quickly collapsed. Stanley is completely broken right now. He wanted to be quiet, but he happened to see something floating. He quickly went down to save people, but when he went down, he realized that he was looking wrong. It turned out to be just a mask dummy, so he took the mask home. The mask suddenly flashed, as if some mysterious power lured him to put it on. At the moment he put it on and twirled it, Stanley turned into a blue monster. So he decided to go out to do the things he wanted to do but didn't dare to do. When he passed the manager's room, he walked gently through it. Coincidentally, the alarm clock in his pocket went off. This made him angry and pulled out a hammer from his pocket. Finally he solved it. But the manager was also woken up. As soon as he saw Stanley, he scared her out of his mind. The manager also didn't fit, immediately went back and pulled out a shotgun. The manager aimed directly at Stanley and fired. Fortunately his movements were quick and jumped out of the window.
Look, Ma! I'm roadkill!
Then he went to the auto repair shop with 2 exhaust pipes in his hand. The next day, Stanley woke up from bed. He thought last night was just a dream. Until the police came to him. Just by one last look, he was sure that last night was not a dream. He's not stupid enough to admit it's him. He said he had a problem with his ears so he couldn't hear anything. The police had no other wings so they left. Stanley also quickly went to work. The owner of the car shop was also discovered, with 2 exhaust pipes on his butt. This story attracted a lot of reporters. Then a reporter named Peggy reached out to Stanley. Since he is the customer of this auto repair shop, she wants to ask if Stanley has seen anyone suspicious. In the end, Stanley said he didn't see any suspicious people. Peggy left me his phone number before he left. That night he saw the mask on the sofa. He turned into a monster again. This time he decided to go to the nightclub to find Tina, but he needs to prepare a bit first. After preparing, there is no money in your pocket. What could he do? So, he came up with a way. Now, outside the bank door. Dorian also sent his subordinates to take action, but the lock hasn't been unlocked yet. Stanley rushed from the inside out. Sorry guys, I already took all the money. Then, he just walked away. The police just arrived. Stanley sat in a very luxurious car going to the nightclub. He just saw Tina performing, and he was so excited that he couldn't his mouth. Tina's small movement makes his heart jump out. He began to fly uncontrollably onto the stage, dance with Tina, then do a passionate kiss. Tina was thoroughly subdued by this madman. When the subordinates came back from robbing a bank, they noticed the monster dancing on the stage. It was the one who caused their actions to fail. Dorian was very angry after hearing that. He took people to the Great Hall. His subordinates shot off Stanley's tie. The torn tie is also back in its original form. Dorian wants him to hand over all the money, but he failed to print a receipt to calculate the debt. Dorian knew he was being teased. He quickly ordered his subordinates to solve it. Stanley bent to avoid the bullets.
Hi, 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 hi!
Thank you very much.
Finally hit one.
You got me, partner.
Hold me closer, Ed. It's getting dark. Tell Annie M to let old Yeller out.
Tell Tawny Tim I won't be coming home this Christmas.
Tell Scarlet I do give it him. Pardon me.
After playing for a while, he directly got the award of the Best Actor. The police arrived at this time, and arrested them all. At this time, the police found a piece of pajamas on the ground, thinking that Stanley also has this type of pajamas. Then they came knocking on Stanley's house door. Stanley was woken up, saw the mask, and quickly hid it. He just opened the wardrobe, and saw a pile of money. He quickly put it back inside the closet. After using all his efforts to hide the money, it's finally done. The police asked him if he also had the same type of pajamas. He immediately thought of a way. He said that this pajamas was stolen, but the police didn't believe it. Stanley then said that anything can happen in this world. The police had no choice, so they had to leave. After comparing the fingerprints, they found out that Dorian is not a robber. The police immediately asked for Stanley's fingerprints to be compared, and Dorian immediately started offering rewards after returning. As long as anyone finds that monster, they will get a big reward. One day, Tina goes to the bank. It was very clear that she wanted to see the monster again that night, and Stanley said that she knew him, and then promised Tina to meet up in the forest tonight. Until the night, the monster arrives at the pre-arranged place. Before he could do anything, the police rushed in. It turned out that they discovered it was Stanley. Stanley quickly ran away. But just turned around. But he didn't panic now, but started dancing. Even the police danced along. He finally took advantage of the chaos to leave. Finally took off the mask. When he didn't know which way to run, suddenly he heard Peggy calling him. He quickly jumped in Peggy's car. Dorian brought him here. He thought Peggy sold Stanley for this bounty. In the end, Dorian put on the mask. After a while, he turned into a very ugly guy. He sent his subordinates to Stanley's house to get money. When leaving, the dog saw that his owner was arrested, silently followed behind the car. Not long after Stanley was thrown to the police, only the dog was outside to keep him company. Tina visited him the next day, saying that Dorian would continue to cause trouble, so stop him. Stanley was about to go to the bathroom, when she heard Tina's screams outside. So Dorian found out that Tina betrayed him, so he sent someone to arrest her. Stanley called his dog, then asked the dog to jump up and steal the key from the police. Dorian brought people into a party. Someone opened fire on him, but he was unharmed and returned ammo like a gun. Very quickly, he got the situation under control, then tied Tina under a tree, and planted a bomb. At this time, Stanley also arrived but was quickly arrested again. Tina saw Stanley arrested. Suddenly, he thought of a way, said he wanted to give Dorian one last kiss, but she wanted to see the face under this mask. He took off the mask. Tina immediately took this opportunity to kick the mask. The subordinate grabbed the dog's leg, but unintentionally let the dog put on the mask. After a while, the dog became aggressive. One shot bit, it hit the butt of the underling, and then gave his face to Stanley. Stanley once again turned into a monster who picked up a glass of water, and drank it all in one gulp, but only saw water flowing out of his body. Then he pulled out a bunch of weapons from his body. He scared the subordinates to run away. Seeing the bomb about to explode, Stanley quickly ran over. One shot, he swallowed the bomb. Dorian still hasn't given up yet. Stanley directly drew a button on the tree trunk. In an instant, he swept Dorian into the water, finally solved it. Stanley also took off his mask. At this time the police also came and wanted to take Stanley away, but was stopped by the mayor. The mayor said he witnessed Dorian is the masked one, and Stanley is the hero. Hence, he is free. Lives happily with Tina and threw the mask into the river.